Hello, everybody. New Hope Academy was home to many of my various highs and lows over the past few years. It was a place where a previous chapter of my life was wrapped up and a new chapter of my life was put into motion. I can barely remember much of my first year here. Most of it is just a blur of bad decisions. I do, however, in detail, remember the day that forced me to go change myself and turn my life around. This was a day from which I did not expect to bounce back. This was expected by all to be my last day at New Hope Academy. And this was closing to one of the roughest chapters of my life. Officially kicked out of my third high school and court mandated to attend residential, I traveled the country trying to find a program that would accept me and that I hadn't been kicked out of yet. Through 7.5 months in the state of Utah, attending a residential program, I thoroughly examined my life, my decision-making ability, the reasons why I was that way. I made an internal choice to reassess my priorities and morals. During this stay, I acknowledged that a high priority of mine was school, but I didn't want to go to a new school. I wanted to go back to New Hope. I wanted to try again with my new mindset. I had spent so much time changing myself, and now I had a much different mindset than I had for the entirety of my life before that point. With all I had learned, I thought NHA was the best place to continue my improvement. I despised how I threw away all the advantages of New Hope. I never gave it a shot. During my first year, I wasn't in the place internally to even see what kind of place I was in physically. By the time I made the proper changes to myself, it was too late. But I didn't want to end with New Hope on that note. So I wrote them a letter from Utah explaining what I've told you. In this letter, I did say that I would like to re-attend New Hope, but I also said that the point of the letter was just to apologize and say that I now recognize the opportunities that were offered, and that I am, have been, and plan to continue on doing better. To my surprise, I was allowed to come back to New Hope upon completion of the program. A contract was also made with extra conditions for me to follow upon re-attending NHA. I did everything I could to thrive upon re-attending New Hope Academy. As expected, I still had slips, but thankfully, I had NHA and Kathy in my corner to help me through it. The small classes helped me a lot. I had teachers that cared about me and my education. They even took the time to get to know me. The counselors and every staff member were always available to talk to me. Everyone at NHA made this place a place that I could be comfortable, capable, and supported to strive towards my perception of perfection. New Hope helped every aspect of my life. Teachers wrote me letters of recommendation for college. They let me use them as references for job applications. They gave me a great education that got my GPA up to 4.0 by the third quarter of senior year. The daily quotes in homeroom gave me something to think about before I acted throughout the days, and I was taught to brown bag it. Most of all, NHA gave me the ability to earn a high school diploma. New Hope Academy helped me beat the statistics of which I was once told I was a part. Today, and for every day to come, I offer thanks to New Hope, the staff, and Kathy. I appreciate the opportunity you gave me. Thank you.